perfectly fine.
Yeah, how weird is that?
But I agree.
Like, it's fully on you.
Yeah.
It's like I'm at the side. It's like those Cartoon Network mums that are, you can't see their faces on the head. Let's turn that down.
Game,
yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
We'll definitely laugh. Right. Now I did, like, it's really awkward when someone else is here.
Well, how would you normally intro a video?
I always go into the script straight away. I don't really say anything because I have no script. Hello everyone, and welcome to a little silly video because we've hit 300k. I did a live stream, but I thought I'd do a funny like Q&A video. So I asked people on Instagram, and my fiance Jake is joining because we got engaged the other day. We'll probably tell that at the end of the video about how you proposed.
Yeah.
So that'd be fun. So he did a bookish proposal, so we'll talk about that at the end. But I asked people on Instagram like questions, and we're going to answer those today. So hopefully it'll be geeky and a little bit silly, and some serious ones. I think some people have asked for serious questions.
See how we go.
How did you meet? This is the first one.
Well, Tinder.
Tinder.
It works out for some people.
Yeah, exactly. So
we met on Tinder, and I was going away with work quite soon after that.
For 3 months.
For 2 months, I think.
2.5.
2.5 months.
Yeah.
And then it was about a week and a half before that we went on our first date, and I was like, well, that was great. Would you like to go again before I leave for ages?
Yeah.
So we went on 3 dates in a week and a half.
No, even less. No, I'm pretty sure it was like literally.
And then I disappeared for 2.5 months, and then came back.
And then came back.
Yeah.
So it's like, we met on Tinder. Not very romantic in terms of, but I don't understand how people meet.
No.
Honestly, I would never met anyone except for dating apps.
Nobody goes to and sits in a bar hoping someone's going to come up to them anymore.
No, and I don't go to bars.
Well, that's true as well.
And then we would never cross paths because of your work.
Yeah.
Someone's asked for dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
And that's question, like, just says
just
dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs in
just
all
dinosaurs.
caps.
I love dinosaurs.
What's your favourite dinosaur?
This one.
And you got that from...
when we went to Natural History Museum.
Yes,
these are my 2 favourite dinosaurs.
2 little dinosaurs from the Natural History Museum.
Of which I had photographs with both, didn't I?
Yeah.
In the Natural History Museum.
And I think either I'd only ever been to the Natural History Museum once or never, because it was so different to last time. I don't even recall seeing the whale before, so perhaps I'd never been. And it was really cool.
I think the whale's always been there, but I think the electronic dinosaur was there when I was there, but we didn't have... I swear there was a separate room.
Yes.
I love dinosaurs even more since reading... what's his name? I'm going to put the book on screen. Over my face. That one. I love that book so much. That really reignited a passion for dinosaurs that I haven't had since Jurassic Park.
I'm terrible with dinosaur names because I'm terrible with all names. People, dinosaurs, animals, anything. But I really love the fact that the time between I believe it was the Stegosaurus and the Tyrannosaurus Rex is longer than the time between the Tyrannosaurus Rex and Cleopatra.
Hello. Oh, I don't know if she could be picked on camera. That's really cute. I'm not sure she... Oh, hi, Ithaca.
Hello, do you want to be involved?
Yeah, do you want to come on my little lappy? Yeah. Our first daughter has now joined the Q&A session. Ithaca.
What's your favourite dinosaur, Ithaca? Oh, she's struggling. What's your favourite dinosaur, Ithaca?
I think it'd be a Saphosaur, which is our newest dog, because she looks like a dinosaur head.
She does.
I think it's my favourite. So here's an interesting one, more serious. Is there's like dating someone as someone with autism. I think also validates dating someone with autism.
As in, yeah. What
was it?
things to think about?
I think I struggled with dating in general because I was autistic.
Yes.
But I didn't know I was autistic.
Yeah, that was interesting. So for obviously the first year and a half, we didn't know that you were autistic. And there were a few signs.
Very early on.
Kept leaning towards that being a possibility. And then obviously you got diagnosed and you were autistic.
Yeah.
And I think I've learned some things, definitely about it. And I think one of those has been when someone with autism is struggling with something, you shouldn't be shutting down whatever it is they're struggling with. Be like, I see what you're talking about, I understand, I hear what you're saying, but how about we look at it like this? Rather than going, no, you're wrong.
Yes.
Or you're having a meltdown over something pointless. Going, okay, I understand why you're feeling like that, but how about we look at it like this?
Yeah.
You know, and that's been an interesting sort of thing to try and observe.
Yeah, I think it helps that we're both neurodivergent.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I'm not I'm not diagnosed with anything, but I tick a lot of boxes.
I mean, you're dyspraxic, and
I am dyspraxic, and maybe, that's true. That
and I think also you're ADHD.
Yeah, fairly confident.
We're both
I'm not going to self-diagnose, but
no,
pretty. I tick a lot of the boxes.
The two of us together are chaos goblins.
Yeah,
you can't go on the desk. This is Sappho. If anyone hasn't seen Sappho before, in her Christmas jumper.
Five chaos goblins now.
I mean, dating someone with autism. I suppose I just didn't realise because I was autistic that all my dates, I went on so many dates, and I thought I was like doing all the things right. I was like, I'm asking questions, I'm showing interest, and no one ever come back. I was like, why? And then some of my relatives were like, do you talk about books on dates? I'm like, well, what else do I talk about? What else do I talk about? So maybe it was that. I don't know. But
then I think, obviously it worked out with us, but more in the sense of other people, I would feel that it's more interesting to talk about books than a lot of things people talk about on first dates. Just like, have you got any family? I mean, obviously you have to ask, like, have you got any family and things, but they're boring questions to ask everybody. So if actually you've got some interesting book stuff to talk about, and it's like, oh, okay, well, I've not read that, but have you heard of this? Or and I feel like it could trigger conversation.
I think I learned as well about getting taken advantage of maybe potentially as an autistic person. I believed everything people told me, and then I didn't have, maybe that was boundaries or stuff. Like people kept forgetting their wallet, so I was like, oh, okay. And then the next day they also forgot their wallet, and then the next day they also forgot their wallet. Or men, like one particular man took a bag off my lap on the second date and rummaged through my bag. I didn't know what to say. And then
knew it was wrong, but at the same time,
I was like, is this normal?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Is this acceptable because he's been so brazen about it?
Yeah, he's been so brazen though, but just grabbing my handbag off my lap without saying anything and just going through it. So things like that. And then eventually, at least I learned after a few days. I was like, oh no, I think you are faking forgetting your wallet every single time. I think you are. So I picked up on it, but I think it was a bit slower for me to realise that. So I was kind of taking advantage of it a little bit. What's your favourite thing about each other? That's a quick. I don't know what to pick because everything about you is my favourite thing about you.
Yeah, well, same. But that's a terrible answer.
That's a terrible answer.
You are the kindest, most supportive person I've ever met.
Yeah, you are.
Just with anything and everything, it's like I've just changed careers personally because what I was doing wasn't fitting with the life that I wanted to live. I had to be away from home for 8 months of the year, and it's just not what I wanted.
No.
And also because I wanted to live with you and spend time with you. But you were completely supportive throughout the entire thing. I nearly had a panic attack about telling my bosses that I was leaving and that I wouldn't be continuing, and you were just like, you can do it, supportive
phone calls
over the phone and stuff, and talked me down from feeling really sort of panicky about it. But not for any second was it like, oh, that's silly, you shouldn't do it because you've got a stable job or whatever. And it's just like, no. If you need to change the way your life is, change it. And you've just supported me through everything. It's
one life you get to live. Might as well. And if there's a mistake, then you can fix it. Like, it's just how it happens. Like, it's just like, oh, okay, that didn't work my way. Let's fix it over here. I think for you, I love everything about you. I think I love how funny you are. I think you're so accepting of everything in terms of not like bad behaviour. I'm not saying that. There's more like, I'm silly. I'm a very silly person naturally, and I felt we're completely safe to be silly. Here's one. Liz asked, hi Liz, I want to hear about your different tastes in movies and music and games, please.
Okay. I mean, Cinzia's never seen any film ever. I've
seen Shrek.
Well, that's true. You've seen Shrek and you've seen The Muppets Christmas Carol, and that's about it. No, not quite that bad, but there's a lot of what I would consider, and a lot of people would consider, classic films, or maybe even not classic films, but highly popular ones. Have you seen blah blah blah? No. Have you seen Shawshank Redemption? No. Have you seen Gladiator? No. Which is fine, but it's.
So our definitive film is that you have a taste in films and I don't.
Yes. Music-wise...
you love country.
I do like country music, folk music. I kind of flit in and out and I'll listen to the same songs until I get bored of them and then never listen to them ever again. I don't really follow bands. I'll listen to a few songs from someone, but I'm not very good at listening to their whole catalogue or anything like that.
I'm the same with that. Yeah. I love rap and I love hip-hop. So that's where we're different as well.
Yes, yeah, it's quite hilarious watching Cinzia.
I can do all the
go around in her ugly jumpers or granny sweaters and rapping Snoop Dogg or Jay-Z.
I love rapping so much, but I sound awful at it. I just need this accent.
And then games-wise, you love horror games.
I love horror,
which I have never played before. We've played a couple of them now, and they're still not my favourite genre. but you've chosen some good ones that we've played, and they've had some great storylines. I'm more of a RPG kind of person. Skyrim, Borderlands, Starfield. I just like a big open world game.
Yeah, we loved Witcher 3 together.
Yes, we loved The Witcher 3. The storyline in that was excellent. So we played that. Well, I played it, and Cinzia watched.
He's playing Assassin's Odyssey, which I don't like the storyline of that much.
But I'm really enjoying the mechanics. And I think the story, in and out, the storyline is good. There's a lot of repetition.
I've introduced you to The Last of Us.
Yes, I'd never played it. I started off by watching like half of the first TV series on a plane, and I never went back to it.
Do you have a favourite fictional world that you share from books or films? I mean, obviously Hobbit.
Yes, the
Lord of the Rings.
The Lord of the Rings. Obviously the books are incredible.
But the films mean so much.
They've become absolute classics, but the films, I think, were made at the perfect time.
Yeah.
If they were made now, they'd be over CGI'd and edited and such, and then if they were made 20 years before that they were made, the special effects they were able to do wouldn't be as good, and I think they just hit that sweet spot of practical and VFX.
Millennium films, the Millennium films.
I was thinking it the other day. I was like 95 to 2005 was some phenomenal films came out in that period.
Jumanji,
Gladiator,
Jumanji,
Lord of the Rings, the first
later.
Pirates of the Caribbean. No, that was in that time. I think so.
Personally for me, it says, how do you keep your books in good condition, like no insects or yellow pages? If you want no yellow pages, keep them out of the sun. Like, that's the only way you'll get yellow pages, really. I don't keep perfect condition. A lot of my books are water damage, primarily because I water plants on them, and I miss
2003.
2003. So we're right.
Yes.
So yeah, and we also live in a flat that has a lot of mould because we live by the seaside.
Yeah.
We're fighting that, but you just have to keep dusting them down and checking them now and then to make sure they haven't.
Yeah, we've got little under table dehumidifiers, and whenever I'm cooking, I try and keep the extractor fan on, but we'll still come to the window and the entire thing is steamed up and there's
just try and keep them
everywhere.
at least in a bookcase. That's the primary protection thing, really, because at least the bookcase takes most of the heat a little bit. So the next question: what kind of books do you both enjoy, and where do your tastes different in books?
I mean, our taste definitely differs more than it matches up.
Yeah.
I almost exclusively read. I think pretty much exclusively read fiction.
Sci-fi and fantasy.
Which is sci-fi and fantasy. I'm very fiction-based. I'll use it as a bit more of an escapism kind of thing.
I barely tap into fictional worlds at all. Like, if I read fiction, it tends to be language-centred focus, so it has to be more how it's written. I don't really care for the story as much as how well it's written. And then I have been reading non-fiction really primarily the past 4 years. So it's all non-fiction, history or self-help or philosophy.
We both tried to read The Blade itself.
I mean, you loved it, I didn't.
I've now read all of them.
I read the first one.
Cinzia read the first one, and I thought the first one was this really great world-building character opening sort of book, which then led on to the next books, whereas you just didn't. I just
don't see anything in my head, so it's
whereas
so
I've got
boring.
a way over an active imagination. I play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons, and
I predicted a lot of the things that happened in the next book.
You did.
I was like, this is so
basic. Yeah, I'd be reading, I'd be like, oh, this has happened, or you'd be like, oh, so this is going to happen next, and then it would.
I saw about a geeky things that we bond over question.
I mean, we've kind of touched on a lot of it, haven't we? Because
to be fair, we're dorks.
A lot of video games,
board games. We only bond over geeky things. Like, where do we bond over anything that's not geeky related?
Well, that is true.
This is a very important question. Do you believe farting is important in relationships? Yes.
Oh, with it categorically.
Absolutely.
we were watching Hot Takes.
Two hot takes.
And she was saying that in 6 years she's never farted in front of her partner. And
I was like, that's impossible.
I would have exploded. We both find it funny, honestly, because we're children.
Oh, this is the one Miles asked us. And Miles said, out of all the books you own, which title best represents your relationship?
Oh, God.
God. I know, literally. I was just trying to think. I don't know. I mean, I've got very dark titles everywhere.
Yeah, nothing's leaping out at me, particularly. I'm just looking around at Cinzia's books, realising that they've all got very serious titles.
They're all serious about, like ancient history or
Greek
something.
myths.
Here we go. There's a flossy book here, and it's called The Hidden Pleasures of Life.
Oh, yeah. I'll go for that. I did think you were going to go for The Awkward Black Man, but that's definitely not accurate.
Do you like the topic of death, both of us? And what do you both think of the Terry Pratchett death series? I mean, I haven't read Terry Pratchett.
I don't know specifically what the Terry Pratchett death series is.
I assume that's part of the death, his character. So, you know, when you have like witches.
I've read Mort.
You've read Mort.
I've read Mort. That's the only one
one
I've read, and I thought that was really great. I really enjoyed that. It's been a long time since I read it, though, so I won't go into detail because I will get it wrong.
You're not as into death as me, are you?
I mean, yeah, but I don't really... It doesn't really bother me. Like,
not bothered, but like you're not fascinated about reading about death. Or things like
no,
that.
not particularly. I mean, a lot of the stuff I read has probably got some fairly, gruesome, violent deaths in it from various fantasy and sci-fi people, being decapitated or sucked out of airlocks.
Whereas I don't know. I really like images of death in different ways, particularly in the dark fantasy area. I mean, that's why I like horror as well.
That's true.
It's really weird. I don't know why. I kind of find it not aesthetically pleasing. That kinds of weird, but it is kind of almost like peaceful. I don't know why. I think it's like really peaceful looking, except for obviously true crime.
Well,
that's not. No. But like, just like
fictional
I don't know,
death.
Fictional death. But also, I'm fascinated with just history of death, and I suppose maybe it's a bit dark, like the witch trials and things like that. I'm into like that discussion.
Oh yeah,
I don't know why.
I love reading about a bit of history, a bit of gory, dark and no.
It's like, why do I like it so much? It's a bit strange.
Yeah, no, I think I do like reading about some of the darker aspects of history. It's cool, but it's definitely your... I love it. Your forte.
I love ghosts. Even though I don't believe in them, I love the idea of them.
Yeah, you love ghosts.
There's so many ghosties around my library. Just like little tiny ghosties everywhere. I love ghosts, but I don't know, I don't believe in them.
No,
I wish I did. Because if I had a spiritual experience, I would be like, yes, finally.
Agnostic on ghosts. If one appears, then I'll be like, fair enough.
But how does neurodivergence affect your relationship? And is your insomnia better? It is. Thank you for asking. But yeah, how does neurodivergence? We're chaos goblins.
We're both chaotic, but I think that kind of works because we're not sort of, one person's not super neat and tidy and the other one's a slob.
Yeah.
We're both kind of in the middle. So we've got different things that, I'm terrible at leaving the light on in the bathroom.
And more food splatters.
And I make I eat like a child.
I'm not eating, it's more like when you're cooking and like all
it goes all up the walls when I'm cooking.
And then I'm the cleany one for that, but then I'm also book chaos.
There's books and notepads and pens and
everywhere
and booklets and other such things all over the place.
So I'm not neat or organised.
So we're different, we're messy in different ways, and and then also I think having been together for a while now, we if Cinzia hears me crashing and bashing in the kitchen and a bit of swearing, my dyspraxia's had reared its head, and I've knocked something over and I'm having a little bit of a meltdown with it. She'll come and help me clean up and be super kind about it and lovely. And then if Cinzia's really struggling with something, we'll sit down and talk through the steps and like what we can do to help each other and
how we shut down more than anything.
Yes, I often need to maybe draw you out a little bit to have a conversation about it, to actually go, oh, okay, the thing I'm panicking or worrying about is not as big a deal, or it is a big deal, but we can work out ways of dealing with it.
Yes.
So I think actually it's made me more empathetic.
Oh, so Eric's asked us 2 questions. One about our favourite places in Scotland to visit together, and do you plan on getting more puppies?
Okay.
No more dogs.
No, three at a time is the max.
And then where's our favourite places in Scotland to visit together?
You've probably mentioned it on a video before, but we did the North Coast 500, which for anyone that's not familiar is either camping or a camper van up to
the top,
the very top of Scotland, and then we ended up doing more like 1,000 miles.
Yeah, we did do 1,000 miles.
But I think what would have been your
I
highlight?
love Durness and the Devil's Pulpit.
The Devil's Pulpit was amazing.
We've only been to those once.
Yeah.
So really it would be just probably Edinburgh.
Somewhere.
Is our favourite place to go together.
Yeah, but which part?
I like Stockbridge. I love Leith.
Leith is great.
Leith's my favourite little area. And Stockbridge and Dean Village.
Yeah, Dean Village is beautiful.
As well as our favourite films, I would say Lord of the Rings for me, Pirates of the Caribbean, Oppenheimer and Shrek.
Nice. Yeah. The extended editions of Lord of the Rings, all 3 of them, my favourite being The Return of the King. Gladiator.
So what's your favourite obscure terms for things?
Oh no. that's a terrible question.
Snonking.
Yeah, which is
Atticus's noise. He makes snonks.
When you give him some sort of cuddles and stuff, and he's like
he's like a snonky noise,
funny little snonky noise.
What? I mean, I make up words constantly.
Yeah. I mean, they often get 1 or 2 uses, and then we never use them ever again.
A sneen. I call the dog sneens.
Yeah.
Bean sneens.
Yeah.
And he's like, what is sneen?
I mean, bean is one.
Bean.
Yeah, we call the dogs beans.
I think a lot of people call their dogs beans.
But then they end up being sneens.
We make up a lot of words all the time.
Constantly.
What's your favourite literary love stories or couples in fiction?
It's a bit of a simp woman relationship, but for anyone that's read any of Patrick Rothfuss's books, The Name of the Wind, etc., Denna and my mind has gone blank as to what the main character's called.
Name insert here.
Their relationship is quite interesting, sort of back and forth, but she was always a touch aloof and disappears off for time at a time, and it's just quite an interesting way of writing a romantic relationship that's not really romantic.
I can't think of any.
But then neither of us really read romance of any
we
sort
don't
of
read
description,
romance
so there's not so many love stories
in them
to reference. Coram Boy is one of my favourite books. And that was sort of I think that was the first time when I was younger that I was a kid or a teenager that I read something that didn't have any sort of fighting or something in, but it's got a beautiful love story in that.
The man has answered the romance questions far more than me. I'm just like, I can't think of a single. I can't think of a single thing.
The guy that has to walk through Tartarus. No, through Hades, through hell.
Orpheus and Eurydice.
Yeah.
I hate Orpheus.
Oh, fair enough.
I don't like Orpheus. He gives me mummy boy vibes. I don't know why. He's addicted to the teat, and I have no idea. Hat advice. You two have good hats.
Oh, thank you.
Both of us have a hat collection. You have more.
Yeah.
Here's a whole wall of hats.
Yeah. I guess it's working out what kind of shaped hat works for the shape of your face and your head.
Yeah.
I've got some hats that I think are absolutely gorgeous, but I can't wear them because the shape, they just immediately either make me look like I've got a giant head or a tiny head.
I was going to say, it reminded me of when we were in the York Castle Museum. Have to go, it's so good. There's like a hat shop, and there was a bonnet, and I put on the bonnet, and you were like, that really suits you. Like, why does the bonnet really suit me?
Somehow a sort of like early 19th century bonnet
I was rocking the bonnet.
It.
I was like, this is the best hat I've ever seen.
Favourite hat is I think I got a custom made like cowboy hat, Stetson, in the States, proper sort of where they steam it and shape it to the size of your head, and that's not really hat advice.
I think hat advice is if you come to Scotland and wear a hat, for goodness sake, invest in hat pins because it will blow off.
Yes,
even
or
in
wear
the summer.
One that doesn't have a brim to catch the wind.
Even in the summer, it will blow off. Like, you cannot wear hats in Edinburgh. It's really upsetting. As hat lovers, we can't redo it.
So we've kind of covered some of them across multiple questions with one answer.
But do you want to talk about how you proposed?
Oh yeah, sure.
Now it's only been 2 days since you proposed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. We'd booked an afternoon tea just as a totally separate thing. It's like, we haven't gone on a date for a little while because of the puppy. So it's like, an afternoon tea sounds nice. So
at the Dome for vegan.
At the Dome, to offer a vegan afternoon tea.
I've never seen one. I've never had one.
Both because Cinzia is vegan and I'm doing veganuary. We had that booked, and then I told Cinzia that I needed to pop to Toppings, which is her favourite bookshop. Return a book because I'd ordered one for her but it wasn't the right one, and she believed that. So we went there, and what I had done is I'd bought a copy of Moby Dick, her favourite book. I'd cut an inset out of the pages and I'd hung the ring on a ribbon inside and waited until her back was turned. I actually waited for quite a while in the philosophy section hoping she'd come in there because it's one of her favourite sections there, but she was enamoured with the fiction section at the time.
Also, because I thought you were doing something, because you told me you were returning a book, so I thought it was a gift, so I didn't want to follow him.
You didn't want to see what the book was while I was returning it, so you kind of gave me some space, which obviously doesn't quite work for my plan. So eventually we met up in the fiction section, which
fantasy section.
Fantasy.
I found you in the
sci-fi
fantasy section.
Which for the first time we've ever been there was empty. So I thought, well, now's the time. So I just slipped the book onto the shelf and said, there's Moby Dick there. What's that doing there? And it took until you opened the first page going, did you put this here? Opened it and the ring was there. And,
I saw like the little ribbon out. I was like, did you do this? And then I just immediately cried.
Yeah, immediately. Immediately.
I knew the ring because we went shopping for the ring 6 months ago.
So I did.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I was so excited. I was like, I just cried. It's probably the best proposal possible. Like, best bookshop, a book-themed one. I was so grateful that you like put so much thought into making it specialised for me, like thinking all those things. But also I love that it ended up being in the fantasy section. I felt like then it was our proposal kind of thing. I was
my
like,
favourite section.
Yeah, your favourite section and my favourite book. I was like, I felt like it was more
Yeah.
us rather than just the philosophy section for me. And also philosophy section's right by the door. So people
Well,
would
that's
have
true.
seen.
People
People
in
would
and
have
out.
seen. So it was like, so it was perfect. I think that was and no one came in whilst the proposal was happening.
Yeah.
Until after we were getting ready to go, and the man came in. I asked for him to take a photograph.
And then a nice afternoon vegan tea afterwards.
Yeah, it was so nice.
It was lovely.
And the Christmas decorations were still up in
Yes.
the dome, which was so
we
pretty.
caught it by a few days. They were going to take them down, I think.
Yeah, I'm
on
gonna pop all the photographs on
this
Instagram
weekend.
after this picture video's gone up, so people can see them on my Instagram, Lady of the Library. But yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
we've answered the
Also, all
questions
the
we can
silly
answer.
questions. Thank you so much for people who sent me silly questions and little tiny bean bobs.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, she's so sweet. What I love about this, she's not really like cuddly, but this one
Yeah.
is. I'm just like hold her like a baby.
She loves getting cuddles, but she doesn't like being cuddled.
Yeah, this one. You mean
Yeah,
not this
so
one?
she's just been stood up or sort of gently sat down on my lap the entire time.
Yeah.
Not interested in.
Whereas this one likes being held like a baby.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she's a proper little snuggle
Little
buggle.
dinosaur head.
She's proper falling asleep.
Yeah, she's floppy.
But thank you ever so much
Yes.
for watching and supporting. And I will see you soon, very
Yeah.
soon, for another video. And I hope you're happy and healthy and books save lives. So keep
Keep reading.
Ah, look at that.